Hello, everybody, and welcome to episode 43 of Task Force Unlikely Sins. Last time, the crew, Task Force Unlikely, left the dwarven stronghold of Mithril Hall and Clan Cinderbeard after causing some chaos thanks to Gayle and her mage hand. Tarbek and his family made up, and everyone hit the road to the drow city of Menzo Baranzan, where they found the drow house, Menzo Zenidir, and discovered it was some sort of actor front for another house that they went to. Questioned the patron father there, and Gayle read in her mother's diary and found out that her father is Vaverin, a drow god. So, the very last thing we did was Lady Kaw cast Commune, and now you get to ask 3 questions? A question? What is it? Commune.
3 questions, and I believe they have to be yes or no questions.
Let's see. Yeah, and I think there is a third option, but it's just like a shrug.
Up to 3 answers can either be answered with a yes or no. Receive a correct answer for each questions. Might receive unclear as an answer.
Yeah, let's see. In a case where...
So yes, no, I don't know.
In a case where a one-word answer could be misleading or contrary to this god's interests, I might offer you a short phrase. So, and Commune has no comments on it on D&D Beyond. Everybody, like and subscribe to Commune, the 5th level cleric spell. Okay. So, and the other thing to be clear is divine beings aren't necessarily omniscient in the Forgotten Realms. There's one that is. It's not this guy. Okay.
One of us has met that one.
Yes, indeed. So.
Pretty sure most people don't even know that one exists.
He's a little esoteric, yes. Or they. I think technically he's... It doesn't matter. What would you all like to do?
Kaw's literally being a medium here, so...
Question 1. Are you my dad?
Yes.
Damn.
Good first question.
Succinct and to the point.
Mm-hmm. It's a good jumping off point.
Yeah, I mean, if the answer had been no, I guess the other questions would have been like, I don't really have any other questions.
Fair.
How you doing, bro?
Yes.
Yeah.
Question 2. Question 2.
Mm-hmm.
Did you send those visions to... What's his name? Sorthal about the house Menzo Zenidir?
Yes.
Gayle will just like quietly nudge Tarbek and be like, "Get those IP papers ready."
We are moving forward with this lawsuit.
I do not know if I can sue a god, but I'm up to the
Present you-
challenge.
Oh,
We present you with the cease and desist letter. Will you sign?
Ah, shit, we had a really good name for, like, the Dwarven Lawyer Clan last
Oh,
episode.
it
What
was
was it?
it was
Ironclad. Their law firm is Inkwell and Ironclad.
Mm-hmm.
It's actually the stationery that the cease and desist is printed on is from Inkwell and Ironclad.
Navira will look at Gayle and be like, maybe ask if he's looking for you? Can't think of why else he would send the visions.
I guess Gail asks, like, are you looking for me?
He's going to answer with a short phrase, because otherwise I feel like this would be misleading. He says, looking out for you.
What kind of...
How sweet.
Look, I'm not going to pretend like I understand the motivations of divine beings, but what kind of bullshit game is this where this is looking out for you?
Your call has been disconnected. Please dial again.
And you can, there's just a chance it'll fail. I had to, because
All
of
right.
chat. It's not my fault.
The power of
too much
chat
power
compels
for me.
Alright then, you may have the strangest deadbeat dad that I have ever heard of.
Yes, definitely.
This is certainly unusual.
He just kind of left then, did he?
Really, really underscoring this moment, chat. Thanks.
We do what we can.
The power of chat compels you.
So yeah.
Don't worry, that's water.
Well, this is certainly an unprecedented situation. I have
Yep.
no idea what to do.
Yep. Gail will just get up and go home.
Oh, straight home.
That's a long walk.
Okay, hold on. Let me figure out how far it is to water deep. I love you,
All right,
Gail.
well, you know, we still love you very much, despite your quasi-deity hood.
No, there's no despite about it. It's still Gail.
No,
Yeah,
we still
without a doubt.
exactly. That's nothing has changed.
I mean, the fact that there's
Absolutely.
one more god that I would like to punch changes absolutely nothing.
Signs point to yes.
You're the only one of us who's actually had the opportunity to actually punch a god. So
I
you know,
punched.
you're already ahead
no,
of the
I
rest
punched
of us.
one. I encountered a couple others, but I punched one. I mean, the one that I was pledged to may have been like quasi deity. It was a complicated situation. Whatever.
They're a step down, but
Yeah.
honestly,
Almost.
probably about on the same level as this guy. He's not like he's low to your pantheon.
So has Gail left the room?
Yeah.
Oh,
I
she's out
thought
the
we
door.
all followed her out.
Yeah. I mean, Navira's not going to leave Gail to stew on her own, so.
No, absolutely not.
Tarbek is going to sort of turn back to the
Not
guy who was
here.
put up to this and say, so, why exactly, you just, were you response. Did you just make this whole house up to get her here?
To get her here? No.
Well, I mean, you might have. You were told to make it up, but then you ended up bringing her. This is one hell of a way for Gayle to find out. All right.
Sorry, you're talking to the patron father, right?
Yeah.
He says, I simply interpreted my vision to create the house. I did not know Gayle would come here. I did not intend to draw her to Menzo Baranzan. I just wanted to make sure that if someone were to double check that Enzo Zenidir was a house, that it would be a house. That was how I interpreted the vision.
I have one more question.
Of course.
One man of faith to another. Is this something we should be worried about? Does God have any enemies who might try and hurt Gayle? Choose your words carefully.
Does this god have any enemies? Yes. Would they go after Gayle? I don't think anyone knows about Gayle.
And let's keep it that way, alright?
I hate you. I hate you so much.
I think we're. You know what? I'm not going to say it because I don't want to give Indy any fucking ideas.
He already has them.
Oh, yeah, I know. See it in his eyes.
Gayle's parentage will remain a secret.
We have 3 years of evidence, Andy. You want to pull it out?
Hey, Andy, I don't have a tier 3. Can you drop some confirmed monsters in chat for me?
Yeah, I'm doing it.
Thank you.
Well, it's not letting me for some reason. Why?
It's a whole YouTube channel. We can go through it video by video.
3 years of evidence of you being a monster.
There we go. I don't know why it wasn't working on my...
Do I make myself clear?
He says, I have no reason to harm the young woman. Or wish her harm. If anything, I wish she would have stayed.
Well, she's not doing that. I don't think she's really interested in living in Menzo Baranzan, but thank you for the offer. Just keep this on the DL, please. Or you might have us visiting again. Maybe on not-so-friendly terms.
I'll take here's a cease and desist on my way out the door.
You might want to read this.
Also, you might want to read this.
Yeah. You'll be hearing from my lawyer. Oh, no. That'll be a spin-off show. Trying to think of a clever Law and Order pun. I can't think of one. So just make up your own, audience. Something about drows and dwarves. Iron and web or something. I don't know. Okay.
You like Better Call Tar? It's like Tarbek.
There we go. That's pretty good.
Not my best.
It's better than make up your own, please.
Tar takes the bar.
I was just following directions.
It's pretty good, Tarbek.
That's the Nuremberg defense.
Okay, so Gayle is just. I mean, at this point, she's got like a 5-10 minute head start on you. Let's see. If Gayle wants to walk back to Waterdeep, it will take
At least 15 days.
15 days is a lot of time to talk about some things, isn't it?
Yep.
Yeah, where were you all before? You were in there. Yeah, it'll probably take like maybe a little bit longer. 20 days to walk.
Oh, I thought, can we just take the teleport circle?
Oh, you
Or-
can do whatever you want. You just got to go get Gayle.
She is legging it.
Gayle?
You got to hoof it to catch up. She's got a 10-minute head start on you.
Yeah, and I'm also a cleric wearing heavy armor, so...
You just hear clunk, clunk, clunk.
Gayle!
With the distance.
Gayle! Are you alright? Feeling okay?
I'm fine. Yeah, just
Gail-
peachy.
You always say you're fine. Just once I need you to tell the truth. What's going through your head right now?
Not a whole lot.
There's no need to walk
I'm gonna
all
go
the way.
home now. And she just starts walking.
You can take the teleport circle.
Okay.
You don't want to take the...
Slight shift in direction from Waterdeep back to Mithril Hall.
I just think it'd be a little quicker. We don't have to talk about it
I
if you
mean-
don't want to.
Look, Tarbek, this is a lot of shit to deal with all at once, and it's going to take a little bit longer to process everything in her mind. Trust me, I speak from experience. So maybe just give her a minute.
I understand, but... Look, I'm tired of avoiding the answers to difficult questions.
I know.
I feel there's a lot of secrets in this group that I still don't know about.
It's better to trust her than it is to make her resent you for forcing all that shit out. She doesn't feel good about it, I can tell you that much.
Tarbek's gonna kind of grumble to himself and head back to the teleport circle.
Look, this is Gayle. We know Gayle. We trust her and we love her. We trust her to make good decisions about this. Well,
Well, sometimes I get the impression...
flashbacks to Mithril Hall.
Sometimes I get the impression that she doesn't want us to know her.
Tarbek, do you remember when we first met? There was a lot of shit that I didn't want you to know.
Yes,
There's
definitely.
a lot of shit that I still don't want you to know. Because
I
I did some terrible shit back when I was a soldier.
Well, you and I both.
Alright, so let's not make her go dump all her secrets out at once.
I...
And if she trusts us enough, at some point, to tell her, well then we'll listen. And
I
that is just
worry
about
a
as
lot.
much as we can do. I know.
It's what I
worry
do.
too. Alright? So just give her a minute. Okay?
Alright. Let's avoid Drizzet's room on the way back to... Waterdeep.
You could do
Reply
it maybe
hazy. Try again.
Do it maybe a couple
Gonna
more
prank him again?
ball bears in there, baby. I don't think we got quite enough in there last time.
Cannot predict now.
I mean, I did put 50 ball bearings in his room. He's probably going to be slipping for a while.
No, he failed the save, too.
He just keeps standing up and slipping again. I got
Been a
it.
whole,
Oh, it's Dark Lords all over again.
been a whole fucking like, Tom and Jerry episode going on in the background.
He's never
Like,
actually fallen over. He's just whoa, 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 whoa.
Like every time
Been
things
that way
get a
for
little
like
too
5
heavy
hours.
in our session, it just cuts away to Dritz just slipping and sliding.
Oy. That is funny. So Tarbek will sort of start following Gayle back to... is Gayle also going to Mithril Hall for the teleport circle?
That's my question. Do you want to go to
Yeah.
Mithril Hall or Silvery Moon for a teleport circle?
whatever's first. I don't know.
Okay, Mithril Hall is closer, but I didn't know if you wanted to avoid it for some reason. To avoid Dritz. I don't know. Mithril Hall is much closer. Okay. So
No, we did it.
you head back to Mithril
Yeah.
Hall. Okay. Let me roll Overland. Okay, so you all head back to Mithril Hall, and you've traveled a lot today, back and forth. And as you get to Mithril Hall, you once again you have to climb up the side of the mountain. This time, you go through the waterfall and you walk up and down a path up a cliff face. And back into the dwarven stronghold. Plan is just go straight to the teleportation circle.
Yeah.
Okay.
She's just gonna keep walking.
Keep walking. Kaw, you once again feel that shadow crossing nearby.
It's not a problem until it's a problem. Bigger
And
things going on right now.
You all keep walking. You get to the teleportation circle. A middle-aged dwarf is on duty, and they make a bunch of dad noises as they get out of their chair, like, how are you now?
Tarbek and him communicate exclusively in dad noises. And then that is how Tarbek tells him that they're trying to get back to Waterdeep.
A real specific dwarven dialect.
Uh,
I imagine at this point Gayle is forced to stop walking. She's going to get an extra shawl wrapped around her for comfort, but you can tell it's mostly to just calm Kaw down because she wants to do something because she knows Gayle is upset.
Aw.
Cause a sweet bean.
okay. Pardon me. The dwarf dad wizard cracks and creaks a bunch, and starts drawing the arcane sequence, and he says, Temple of Moradin, Waterdeep. And he snaps the circle closed, and you all bamf and reappear once again in the Temple of Moradin in Waterdeep, where you have been before.
It's good to be back, fellas.
Okay.
Yeah, just a chorus of okay.
I am gonna take care of a few things here. Why don't you all
Gale's already walking.
all right then.
And Akai with you as well.
I think it'd be best if I stay here for a bit.
Took me 30 seconds to think of that joke.
Worth
I
it.
appreciate it.
Worth it. Okay. Gayle, Kaw, and Navira peel off. Gayle is just Terminator walking. And she's from Waterdeep, so everybody... she has that sort of intrinsic, I can just walk through a crowd ability. The two of you might struggle through that a little bit, but you can mostly keep her in sight. Gayle,
I don't think Navira is going to struggle walking through a crowd. The crowd might struggle a bit as she walks through it.
Be surprised. Gayle, where are you going specifically in the city?
She's gonna go home, so back to her uncle's place.
Okay. Perfect. Tarbek, what is your plan in the Temple of Moradin?
Tarbek is basically, he's just here to, make something. He's not really sure what. He's just messing around with some metal. He needs to blow off some steam in a literal sense.
Okay.
Like his beard is just fuming right now because he's very stressed. And he's going to discuss a little bit with some of the other priests. Nothing to do with Gayle, just sort of general matters of faith and whatnot.
Okay, yeah. Everyone here is unwavering.
Doesn't surprise me.
Yeah, they're dwarves.
That's how it be sometimes.
Okay. Gayle, Kaw, and Navira, you... At this point, the sun is setting. It's been a very busy day. And you can see up ahead, Gayle, your uncle... let's see...
Oh, Kaw's going back to the house. She's not following Gayle.
Okay, great. Navira.
Navira will go with Kaw.
Okay.
And is then going to cast Clairvoyance when she gets home and spy on Gayle.
Totally healthy.
Navira will have no part in this.
Navira doesn't have to know.
Okay. Kaw goes into her room, pretends, I'm so tired, and then immediately casts Clairvoyance.
What Navira doesn't know, Vera won't hurt Vera. So sorry.
Gayle, you approach your uncle's shop, and Grigor is flipping the open sign to close as it's, around 8 o'clock. And nobody needs locks this late. That's just... Nothing good's happening if you need a lock or lock supplies this late. They still have 24-hour emergency services. Or they did when you were here more often.
Call a locksmith.
But your uncle turns around and says, "Oh, hello, Gayle."
Hello. And Gayle will sort of brush past them and go straight up into her room.
Nice to have you home. Just kind of...
And then she will just walk straight to her room, enter her bed fully clothed, and just pull the blanket over her head.
Yep. Nope. Every problem could be solved by just sleeping through it.
And Kaw will stop spying.
Okay. Kaw breaks the spell. Then, Kaw and Navira, is there anything else you want to do tonight?
Well, there are
How's the
two party
house
members.
doing on wine?
Yeah.
Oh, pretty good.
Good. About to be a little less.
I will join in on that because there's no way Navira's sleeping with two party members out of the house.
Tarbek will eventually come back, but he looks incredibly disheveled and just...
There is a third glass of wine waiting on the table.
His armor pieces kind of fall off as he walks inside, and he just lies down on the couch and groans.
You may rely on it.
I'm gonna need another fucking spa day episode with us all in a state like this.
Yes.
I mean, our last one went so well, but
There was some relaxing. Okay.
Yeah,
Was
but then
Maybe if we go to a spot in Waterdeep as opposed
No.
to in the Feywild.
no.
Let's see. Okay. It's a beautiful spring night in Waterdeep. There's a nice breeze that's even reaching you from the bay, way away from the bay in this part of the city. There is plenty of wine. Most of the wards are kind of out of the house, so it's pretty much just the three of you, Birdsong, Dormer, but that's because he's just sleeping the whole time. So it's pretty much just the three of you. Is there anything else you would all like to do? Otherwise, we will fast forward to the morning.
Tarbek's gonna like get drunk and start complaining.
Okay.
I work so hard,
Okay.
and when I show my family I've accomplished something, my grandfather he just he just kind of he's going back and forth between Dwarven and Common at this point. He's very hard to understand, and then he starts reminiscing about something completely incomprehensible.
Kaw will continue to give appropriate eyes and nays. It's kind of
Here's
based
the-
on like what the flavor and general tone of these just like random burblings are.
Navira's just standing there watching this like, we don't have time to unpack all of this.
I just want to connect.
Very
with
doubtful.
I'm trying to connect with people, but I don't know what to do when they're being secretive and they don't want to connect with me. I don't know what to do about that because I want to help people, but I want to respect their privacy and distance. But I worry that if I don't get involved, people are going to get hurt or they're going to go off to hell and fight a fucking god.
Oh, is that what this is about?
It's a little bit about it. Not gonna lie.
My reply is no.
Look, Tarbek, there is only so much you can do. You are one being, okay? You have limits, obviously. Didn't think there was a limit on you getting drunk, but yeah, there is.
There's like 4 empty kegs behind him.
So, like, you need... I don't even... I was a god for like 5 minutes, but I was a god. And even with that power, there was only so much I could do. Okay? You have to accept your limits. And know that at some point you have to let go. And let people be themselves. And when you can help, you do, and that is what I admire about you so much. But dear God, or whichever one there is, you cannot keep driving yourself into the ground like this over every single little worry. We're all worried about each other, obviously. I don't mean to get angry at you, and it may be just because I'm drunk, but like... choices have been made. Okay? And there's nothing that Gayle can do about her father. But what we can do is we can be there for her when she comes back. Sorry, I'm... God, I
Don't
hate
apologize.
this.
Sorry. Like, you already...
No, it's fine. I mean, it's not fine. None of this is fine. But, like, it's fine.
Look, nothing's gonna change. It's just... We should all go to bed.
That
Most
was
likely.
the understatement of the past month.
Tarbek has fallen asleep on the couch.
Before she goes upstairs, Navira is gonna grasp at like drunkenly at Kaw's hand feathers. Just be like, give him a squeeze. cover Tarbek haphazardly with a blanket and stomp upstairs.
The blanket catches on fire.
Not the first time that's happened. It's already singed in a couple places, most likely.
You know what? You can just use a fire blanket.
Kaw's going to sigh heavily, pull the blanket off, put that one out, get the fire-resistant blanket we have for this purpose, put that one over him, and then also go upstairs. No, first she's going to go outside, spend some time with Birdsong, and then go upstairs.
At least Birdsong doesn't have any secrets.
Be very concerned if she does.
I'm not a donkey, I'm a mule.
They don't suspect a thing. Okay. Gayle.
Mm-hmm.
Do you just go to sleep? Like, is it that, or can you sleep? Like, what's where?
I mean, she's going to try to sleep.
Okay, yeah.
I don't know how well she's going to sleep because she didn't take off her armor or her boots. She just got into bed and is like, nope, done for the day.
Turtleneck, trench coat, and all. Yeah, okay. It's probably not great sleep, but
Putting the fantasy phone on Do Not Disturb.
night mode. Okay. Okay, let's say some things.
Don't like that
I
sound.
don't like that sound.
Yeah.
That
Just have to
sound.
say, someone is rolling for something, and I don't like it.
It's fine.
Mm-hmm. Sure. Yep.
That's it.
Okay. Everyone else goes to bed, drunk, and I mean, there was some truth. There was some knowledge dropped on all sides.
We were drinking wine, but how'd this tea get spilled?
Yeah. So, I'm going to start with Navira. Navira, as you drift to sleep, you feel yourself being taken once again to that astral void where you met Lord Ao.
My whole body is tense right now.
And the sort of the luminous bearded figure appears again and says, it kind of looks at you like, well, that's weird.
Ditto.
He says, I was not expecting to see you again. I don't... Maybe this is some sort of side effect. Like I said, no one's really ever given it up before.
I don't. Is this some kind of like drunk dream? I had a lot of wine before I went to bed.
He nods and he says, alcohol often breeds truth.
Oh, hey, well, I got you here. I need some advice.
Shoot.
Hey,
Me and
God.
pick that god.
Level with me for a second, all right?
Me am priest now. Me am high priest. Me am pope.
I don't really know what to do about the situation except make the most of it, so here goes nothing. Yeah, no, my friend just found out that she is the daughter of a god. You wouldn't happen to have any advice on that sort of area, would you?
Yes. There are certain rules that have been put in place. Gods currently aren't allowed to have children. So, I assume she's older than 10.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
No.
So, he kind of thinks for a second. His entire being, instead of being like luminous white, turns blue for a second, and he says, "I see. Well, okay. It's complicated. Everything's complicated.
Yes.
I'd say.
It depends on what she wants to do with it. It could not affect her for the rest of her life if she doesn't care or know about it. Gods work on belief. If no one believes in the divine power of your friend, nothing will change."
Interesting.
Cut to Tarbek. This is the thing he's been worried about.
But I know you adventurers. You believe in each other. It's a great thing. That's why you all succeed. Belief, trust, love. I would not have you give that up for your friend. Be careful. There are things that can be done. If she goes if she confronts the parents, for instance, she can be forsaken in a good way, or embraced if that is what she wants. What do you think she wants?
I don't know. Never been good at seeing what other people want. But I know that I will, when she tells me what she wants, I will go along with it. It's her choice after all. It is her choice, right?
Of course. Just like it was your choice.
Well, that certainly helps. You're not so bad.
Kind of smiles and says, "Thank you. It's nice to hear that every once in a while. You know, most people don't like. Most of my coworkers don't like the job I do.
Oh, that's gotta be rough.
It's hard to be, kind of the boss of people who are used to being bosses. It's complicated. Yeah.
Oh, I got that. Oh, you got like a shrine or anything? Maybe you could lead to something?
Yeah, there is a temple in Waterdeep. You can find my ministers there.
Okay. Well, maybe I'll leave you a little something. We'll see how this whole thing shakes out.
Thanks. He says, "I don't know quite how this works, why you appeared again. Perhaps if you're at a crossroads, You'll be here. Perhaps I'll never see you again. But good luck.
Thanks.
Finger guns. He does not do finger guns.
But it could.
We could. And that's where
But
we're
he's
at.
like God, so his fingers turn into actual guns. Roll for initiative.
You have to fight super
You're
God
losing
now,
that fight.
but,
This isn't even my final
guns.
form. Hands form into guns.
that's it? That's all you do? Your just hands turn into guns? That's not that cool. You're
See,
super
it's
God.
not that cool until he shoots you with the guns.
My name is Al, and I am the god of gun hands.
Yeah, it's just not that cool for him.
Isabella's a fan.
It's true.
It would just be think that, Sephiroth summons Meteor. This guy just has a gun for a hand. It's a letdown. Okay.
Don't talk about Garrett that way.
You're right the first time. Okay. So, Kaw,
Oh goody.
you dream that you are once again surrounded by mist. And you forgot how just unpleasant and cold and cloying it truly is, as it just makes all of your bangles sweaty and cold. It drags your clothes and your silks down, makes them heavy and tiresome, and you just shiver to your bone. But
Hollow bones.
your poor hollow bones.
A poor hollow bones.
But you can hear the roaring fire of a camp nearby, and the jaunty accordion and hurdy-gurdy and lute music being played. What you would recognize as the telltale signs of a camp that you would have grown up in. A actual place of happiness in these terrible mists. And you feel yourself instinctively drawn to it. And you see the faces familiar to you from your childhood. Your mother and father are here, and you can see various other folks, and Madame Ava's wagon is also currently in the camp. What would you like to do? If the answer is just join the party, that's a great answer.
I mean, yeah, if it's... go find grandmother and just, kind of enjoy being in their company again, even if it's not actually in their company.
Kind of as you think that, your grandmother says, "And what makes you think it's not really in my company?"
She is gonna smile and laugh at that. And go hug grandma.
Hugs you back, and says, "It's been so long, dear. How are you?"
Can Kaw talk in the streamscape?
Give me a wisdom check, Kaw.
Ooh. Interesting answer.
37.
17. Okay. The answer is yes.
It has been long. Very, very long. But in that time, I've met people. People who make me feel at home. People who made me feel at home like you made me feel at home.
She squeezes your hand and wipes your face, and she says, "Good. There's nothing better than the open road, save for a warm place that you're always drawn back to, that you always want to go, that the road always leads to, and people to share it with. I am happy that you have found that, and I am happy you are away from this place, even if it has a dreadful beauty to it that draws us all back here. The mists are many things, but the mists see to it that we can always visit, just like now. It's been too long.
I hope it isn't as long next time.
Me too. And yeah, she once again squeezes your hand and says, "My beautiful girl," and hands you and slips into your hand two things. One of them is, where'd it go? I have it. Seriously?
Way to break the tension.
I know. Sorry. One of them is son of a bitch.
At least nobody asked for daps.
Add it to inventory. One son of a bitch.
There it is. It's a little rose quartz worry stone. So it's like a little egg-shaped disc that's got a little divot in it to rub your finger against. And whenever you do, if you do, you can kind of feel the mist separate from you, leave you a little bit, and you instantly feel warm, like as if you kind of just took a shot of whiskey. Like it just warms you from the core out. And then the other thing is a new bangle. And it's made of silver, and it has carved into it a small relief of a castle with two ravens on the turrets, and then kind of a fog motif around the rest of the band. Kind of just swirls. Is there anything else you would like to do or say? Otherwise, you feel it start to fade.
I'll see you again. I love you.
She says, "So soon. I love you too." Everything you said in their Kaw, you can say in the campaign.
She She has her own voice.
In whose voice?
It is a voice unfamiliar to any of the rest of the crew. It, for lack of a better term, is your own voice.
God, there's something in my eye.
All right.
Man, it's a terrible day for rain, isn't it?
Oh yeah.
Oh, it's raining inside. Someone
Yeah,
put
there's a-
tears on my face.
Link coming from the ceiling.
Tarbek.
Oh boy, here we go.
Brace yourself.
Before we get to what's happening now, I want to do a little brief flashback. What did you make while in the Temple of Moradin? Is it just like crap they needed? You know, there's always a list of stuff that needs to be done. Did you just walk over and pick it, make a couple of shields, holy symbols, or did you want to make something particular and specific?
I guess I'll make a few things. I don't know. Does Kaw have a shield?
I don't know if Kaw can use a shield.
Don't believe she does.
I think clerics get shield proficiency.
Let's see.
Shield proficiency, yeah. Medium armor proficiency as well.
Let's check D&D Beyond. It's never been easier, my campaigns. To see if
In my equipment, I think I might actually.
yeah.
Yeah, I do.
Tarbek, in that case, might have made like a sort of like like a wrist guard type shield. A little smaller, a little more nimble, but still good for protecting oneself. That would meant to sort of go over someone's arm.
Okay. Okay, sure, yeah. Perfect. Okay. You dream. And it's like a flashback in a TV show, so everything's sort of sepia.
Oh boy.
Tarbek has hair.
Yay.
Uh,
But also,
and you remember this as the day you decided to leave and just not come back. And it's
Tarbek would have lost at least some of his hair by then.
it's been combed over. No one can tell. It's obvious.
It was about 6.5 years before Tarbek just kind of embraced the bald, like embraced the Greg Universe hairstyle.
It's better to just embrace it. You always
Still
look better.
trying to sneak people over with the beard over.
Or if he lost it here first, if he still had long hair here, you can just comb it back and over, and no one's gonna know. I know someone who does that. It does not look.
Tarbek's just like, I feel his hair just like went perfectly backwards, the hairline, and it's now kind of all around here.
Okay. So
like the natural friar thing.
Amend what I said. Just said slightly. We first see a picture of Tarbek where he has long hair, and then Tarbek stands up in front of it, and he has proceeded to lose the hair. It's still not current day Tarbek, because it's still kind of a little.
And there is actually a
clinging
bit
to
of a
it.
comb.
And yet you've decided you're leaving. But unlike that day in real life, as you're walking and wandering, a dwarf you don't recognize kind of stops you in a cave as you've got your pack and you're just going to wherever you end up. A dwarf you don't recognize stops you and says, how are you now?
Can't you see I'm reliving one of my worst moments? Can you let me be for a bit?
Sure, I mean, do you want to talk about it?
Oh, not particularly.
Just,
Who are you?
sometimes you just need a friend, even if you haven't met him yet, to talk things out. Sometimes it's better if you've never met him, when you think about it.
All right, what's your name then?
What's your name?
Tarbek.
Tarbek. Yes. My name.
What?
Whitlock.
All right, look. What's up?
Nothing much. Yeah. But we're not here about me. We said we'd talk about you.
Well, the divorce is finalized, and I think it'd be best for everyone if I just got up and out of here. Probably gonna realize later that was a mistake, but gonna be not wanting to go back. I'll get caught up in my work. I'll make all kinds of excuses not to go back.
And you'll never go back?
Oh, I will eventually. When I learn a little bit more about myself.
Then it sounds to me like you're just being a little too hard on yourself right now. You got to go through a lot sometimes to figure it out. Sure, your family will recognize that. And if they don't, fuck them.
You know what they say, right? Pressure makes diamonds.
The same water that boils a potato hard boils an egg. There's a better way to phrase that. Makes an egg hard and a potato soft. It's not the circumstances, it's what you're made of. I can't remember how it goes. I hope you get what I mean.
Are you calling me an egg?
No, he's calling you a potato.
I'm calling you a potato, I think.
That means I'm soft.
The point is, we all... The point is, we all get there in the end. And the important thing is, if you're happy. I know you're not happy right now, but think about it. Maybe one day you'll have a bunch of people who will look up to you. Friends who could be spending their time with anyone, and instead they're spending it with you. Killing, I don't know, let's just say a mimic with another mimic, just as an example.
That was a fun time.
Sometimes you just gotta talk about it. Or not talk about it.
Sometimes you want to talk about it, nobody else does.
I know. And I know that's hard. But, like I said, everybody comes to it in their own way in their own time. The important thing is they do come to it. But you can't force them, or else they'll resent you.
I suppose you're right.
At the same time, I mean, they're lucky to have someone who obviously cares so much as to pester them about it.
Sometimes I wish I had an easier time caring a little bit less.
That's not true.
You're right.
He says, how was the divorce? Did you use Clan Ironclad?
Inkwell, actually.
Inkwell.
This was pre-merger.
Pre-merger. Now he nods and says, yeah, they're a good one too.
Actually, she used Ironclad, and our lawyers were looking at each other real funny.
Love blossoms in the strangest places.
Can love bloom even in divorce court?
Divorce court. What are you doing after this? Getting more people divorced? Me too.
We have that in common.
You want to get a drink later and talk about divorce? Okay.
Ironically, probably the healthiest marriage in all of Mithril Hall.
The prenup was amazing.
The hearts on it. This is one
It's
of
on
my
display
favorite
back behind the
modules.
desk.
Sorry, what was that?
The prenup is on display in their office.
Oh yeah, it's next to their marriage certificate.
Yo, this is the best dwarf house. We did it.
We did it. We made it.
Take
we made
that,
the best,
wizards.
We made the best.
Yeah, we got
one-off.
called wizards.
Yep, this needs to be in Tasha's Cauldron of Everything. It's just a small lore section on dwarven lawyer houses.
Only 2 of them, but now there's 1 of them. It's very sweet.
The dwarf says, yeah, you don't mean that when you say sometimes you wish you could care less. As with the divorce, he says, well, you said, I mean, everybody's got regrets. Everybody wishes they could do something different. But everybody,
I didn't regret leaving.
Good.
And I don't think Gimri.
Because you're on the road.
And I didn't think Gimrita regrets calling the whole thing off. It's not going to be easy for either of our families, and maybe if I could do it over again, I would have tried to patch things up myself, but... No, I think we're better off separate, me and Gimrita.
He says, did you love her?
No.
Then I agree.
She was...
I mean, you might have liked her, right?
She was alright.
Yeah. It's not the same thing. Sometimes... family makes you do some weird shit, don't they?
Those old dwarven old arranged marriages, I wish we'd do away with those entirely.
He says, maybe the next generation get away from them.
Well, I think I'll try and mix the old with the new, if that makes sense. No point abandoning tradition, but some of them are going to have to change with the times. Not easy to change things, but it's even harder to keep them the same way. People just kind of get used to the hardness.
Yeah. But kind of thinks on that for a minute. And he says, I always thought the goal was to make things easier for those who come after us. But so often we end up just making things so much harder. It's not fair.
Tarbek looks directly at Fourth Wall.
Well, the question then, of course, is, how are you now?
Pretty good. Although there's one thing I still need to do.
Yeah. He says, say hi to Dernier for me. And he kind of stands up and just walks off. And as he does, you can smell just sulfur and the smell of scorched earth.
In the dream, Tarbek is going to take out his hammer, and he's going to strike a piece of iron to create a spark and create a fire.
Okay.
And mutter some old clan ritual under his breath.
Okay.
Dating back to, like before the real Dwarven Orthodoxy kicked in, back when they were very much intertwined with the Azer.
Perfect. Okay. Your dream fades. Gayle, you are having a fitful time sleeping. Both as your mind races and you're literally wearing boots and armor. But finally you fall asleep. And your dream begins in this house, downstairs. Everything seems bigger than you're used to, which leads you to believe you are smaller than you currently are. And everything has this flickering blue glow around it, as if everything is, as if like just off out of your field of vision there's some kind of blue flame burning everything, but whenever you look, everything looks fine. It's just kind of this blue fire that keeps dancing on the edge of your vision. And yet you open your eyes and you're downstairs, and you can hear people moving about in the kitchen.
I'll go see what's up in the kitchen then.
Okay.
Hi, Gayle, it's me. Do you want pancakes?
So in the kitchen is your mother and your two uncles. And your mother looks surprised to see you.
Hello.
Your Uncle Bran turns, Gayle, how are you now?
Why are we in the kitchen?
It's breakfast.
Can I actually see breakfast?
Yeah, as he says it's breakfast, he turns and he's got a big iron skillet, and he's frying up some eggs, and there's a big stack of pancakes next to him.
I guess she'll go sit at the kitchen table.
Your mother looks at you and says, "You're here."
Where else would I be?
She lets out like a sickened rasp cough, kind of covers her, coughs into her elbow. And she says, "Hundreds of times I've had this dream. I think it's a dream. And you've never been here before. I'm so happy to see you. I'm confused."
Well, that makes two of us, because you're technically dead.
She coughs again and she says, Yeah, I kind of figured. This is a weird afterlife, though. It's not really what they tell you about in the pamphlets.
I mean, I don't know. I'm hanging out with two clerics now, and they seem to both have wildly different views of the afterlife, so I'm not an expert in anything.
Are any of them you're trapped in your brother's house and he just makes breakfast for you every day forever?
I don't think so. Then I kind of tune out when Tarbek is talking.
That explains a lot.
She says, "Well, I hope." Wait, are you dead?
No. I went to bed, so.
Oh, well, good. I don't want you to be dead. How old are you now?
I never specified a date. About 26 now.
Hold on, I have to change a date. No, wait, that's not right.
I put in my character sheet 20s-ish.
Okay.
We didn't miss Gayle's birthday.
She says, "Oh, that's great. I'm sorry, you were going to say something."
So I found out who my dad was.
Yeah. Did you meet him?
No, I kind of had a commune. One of my cleric friends communed with him.
Oh. It's complicated, and I'm sorry. I didn't know, and then I knew, and look, a lot was happening in the late 1400s. There was a thing called the spell plague, which incidentally is the thing that kills me, which is great. I don't know. I'm sorry. Do you have questions?
I mean, not so much for you, but for him.
That's fair. That's fair. Well,
Because I'm not really mad at you, I'm mad at him.
mm-hmm. Well, I'm glad to hear you aren't mad at me. Because I'm sorry about so many things. He's a complicated person. And I hope he gives you the dignity of actually answering your questions. Because he avoided so many of mine.
Well, I hope he does it for both our sakes, because I will probably kill him if I see him.
She kind of... she doesn't know what to do other than to laugh at that. And she says, yeah, he probably deserves it.
Like, no, I am so in with so many deities. I will call in favors if I have to. I'm going to kill him.
Gayle the Godslayer.
Navira did it.
What? I don't know what most of those words mean. Who's Navira? And she killed a god?
Well, I mean, she technically killed Tiamat. Which
What?
I think she became a god. Like, things have gotten weird.
What is your life? I dated a
I'm
god,
an
and this
adventurer.
is weird. Technically, he wasn't a god when I dated him. She says, well, I mean, if you're like, I mean, level 10 and up, yeah, I guess you guys get into some weird stuff. I'm from a different edition, so my leveling worked differently. She says, well, if your friends can commune with him, I don't know if that means you can get any straight answers out of him, but I hope he... I was gonna say I hope he's what you're looking for, but you plan on killing him. So maybe.
More than a maybe.
But she says, you're adventuring now, though?
Oh, yeah. And, Gayle will start to cast, what is it? Minor illusion, and sort of create little images of Kaw, Tarbek, and Navira, and be like, this is my party.
Oh, wow. Okay, yeah. That's great. Adventuring was... Man, it was everything to me. I had my own crew, and she'll kind of wince and snap her fingers, and she'll also use a minor illusion effect to conjure the image of an elven woman who's wearing sort of bark armor and green robes, a human man wearing a big blue floppy hat, a blue tunic, and a cape. And the final one, she snaps her fingers, and it's a drow, but you recognize them as the person who once came into your uncle's shop and asked some questions about you that you ran off and said to fuck off.
Oh yeah, I did that.
And
Man, this campaign would have been a lot shorter.
she says, oh, they were great. They were great. And then they settled down. And that's great for them. I heard they had a family. And yet, but it was just never for me until it was for me. And then I got what your uncles were always talking about, having a place to go home. How it is nice not to your only friend being the road and midnight. I got it. So, adventure. Do it all while you can. But it's nice to have something to actually come home to, someone to care about. She kind of nods and she just says, as long as you don't half-ass anything, full-ass everything.
I always full ass everything.
She smiles and she says, that's my girl. She says, tell me about your adventuring group. Tell me about the people in it.
Oh, okay. So there's Tarbek. He tends to worry too much. There's Kaw, who's super awesome and loves pranks. And there's Navira, who's just like the biggest badass I've ever met. She's just super great and amazing and, pretty cool all around. And I think Gayle will just keep talking to her mom as much as she can.
Okay, yeah.
About her party.
She'll kind of keep talking to you, and then eventually come back to, in that's all you feel about Navira, because you said 3 times as much about her as anyone else.
I wasn't gonna say a goddamn thing.
She's just...
Yeah, Gayle.
A mother
She's just
knows
really
Gayle.
cool person.
Mm-hmm. That's
and
it.
she smells good.
Okay. What's she smell like? Just out of curiosity.
What was it? Was it like brimstone or something?
That doesn't smell good. You got it bad, girl.
Brimstone and viscera.
Like visible gag of...
And a hint of lilac.
Tarbek's doing.
Go ahead, sorry.
What Tarbek's doing, he puts it in the armor.
Yeah, because otherwise
imagine
it's
the
blood, sweat, and
sword
viscera.
has an air freshener built in.
Every time you swing it, it's motion activated. You get those little weird beads at the bottom.
She has an airwick built into her sword.
But yeah, otherwise she will just talk to you as long as she can. She'll ask you about every adventure you have been on so far.
Gayle will do her level best to try to explain it, but sort of go off on weird tangents and not explain it very well, so it just sounds like gibberish.
Okay. Your mom...
And she will make mention that she pranked Grit Stewart in.
Seriously?
Yeah,
Dude
it
had
was
it
super
coming.
easy.
What? Awesome. Putz had it coming. Yeah, and she will just, and your uncles are kind of in and out, but it's clear that they're not really here. Like, they're almost robotic. It's yeah, they're like, yeah. So, like I said, you can stay here as long as you want, back and forth with your mom. In the morning, what would you all like to do?
I'm gonna make pancakes.
Yara's just gonna like stare into her cup of coffee, just not say a word.
Tarbek's like whistling. And...
You hear a hungover moan from upstairs.
Tarbek, she sort of looks at his pancakes and then listens to the story and says, "Oh, I'm gonna need to make more batter." And he just
Gail is
gets
just
at
very,
this-
very sore.
he gets at this like industrial-sized jug of syrup from Clan Maple Leaf.
What grade of syrup? That's important, I'm told.
Wood elf grade.
Ooh.
Just short of dryad. That's some of the best stuff.
Okay. Go ahead.
Clan Maple Leaf is the name of another one of my characters, by the way, who is a wood elf who talks like this, alright? Because, of course.
Of course.
But no, he is going to make a lot of pancakes. And some eggs.
Perfect. So Navira is there. Kaw is hungover upstairs. Gail, what would you like to do?
I think Gail was wake up very groggily, very sore. Because she did sleep in her armor.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think there are rules for that, but like what it does to you, I can't remember what they are. But it's not pleasant for long periods of time. Luckily, you just wear leather. It's not too bad. Yeah, would you like to stay at your uncle's for breakfast or head back to the house?
I think Gail will head back to the house.
Okay, yeah. Perfect. You head back to the house. Kaw, are you gonna sleep off your hangover or come soak up some of that with some breakfast?
If someone made coffee and she smells it, she's gonna eventually drag herself downstairs, but like shawls akimbo, feathers just like at weird angles. But hey, new bangle. Which she's very fondly looking at.
Tarbek is going to plate up some pancakes for Kaw, and then he's going to look at Kaw and then add a couple more pancakes to the plate.
Tarbek, can I get a perception check?
Yes.
Can I get a perception check from you, Tarbek?
Okay, I'm pretty good at that. I'm a cleric. I got high wisdom. That's a 16.
16? Okay. You do notice that Kaw has a new bangle.
Cool. I assume she just kind of got it somewhere.
Okay, yeah.
I don't have any reason to think it was some kind of weird dream sequence.
From
bullshit.
a dream? No.
Yeah, no. It's like, whatever, cool. Oh, you got a new hat. So yeah, pancakes, extra syrup, cup of coffee.
Two cups of coffee.
No eggs, though. Tarbek knows not to serve Kaw eggs.
Kaw's had eggs before.
Oh, right. Yeah, I guess.
That's one of her favorite things about weirding people out at breakfasts is when they don't know her very well, is ordering a big plate of scrambled eggs.
I guess it's not any different I guess, from like a human being ordering a cow. They're both mammals.
Pretty much.
Anyways,
Birds eat other birds all the time.
it's true. I will give her eggs. Oh, actually, ravens especially.
Actually, yeah, in fact, magpies will eat their own eggs if they aren't fertilized.
Yeah. Yeah.
Huh. Cool bird facts.
Okay. The four of you are all at breakfast. Anything you would like to say or do before we wrap up the episode?
Everyone sleep well last night?
Stares into coffee harder.
Ask again later.
Kayla's just like stretching out, trying to get all the kinks out of her back, but you can't do it. Like, never try to sleep on a sword.
That's solid life advice.
Especially if you sleep on your side and then you roll over to the side where you keep it hilted in the scabbard. It's just like in there. Especially because it's a rapier too, so it's got that big basket hilt on it.
Yeah, it's like sleeping on your keys times 1,000.
Oy.
Okay.
Alright, I forgot that you guys get hangovers. Yeah, dwarves don't get those.
Yeah, what did you
I
guys
was
do
gonna
last night?
Stare at Tarbek and just like metal screeching on stone sound.
Breaks coffee mug.
Vera, I think you might be bleeding.
Yup.
Want me to heal that?
Nope.
Alright. Gonna get you another cup of coffee.
Thank you.
Gonna get Amira another cup of coffee. Oh, and by the way, Tarbek is absolutely wearing his Smooch the Smith apron.
Perfect. Oh, come on. Let's see. Oh boy. Sorry, there's one thing I have to do real fast. I'll figure it out. Okay. So, you all are sitting at breakfast. Metal screeching occasionally.
Just the once.
Just the once? Okay.
We only have so many coffee mugs. I can't make Navira break all of them.
Tarbek can make another one pretty fast, actually.
Not the point.
Just do it one too many times that you might break things other than coffee mugs.
That is the point.
You all hear a commotion outside.
Don't like that.
And yeah, you all hear what sounds like folks folks loudly yelling, running, and yeah, just general panic.
Well,
My sources say no.
let's go see what's causing the trouble.
I mean, if your answer is you're off duty, that's an answer. You can go to Drawn World.
Well, Kaw's answer is she doesn't want to, but she's gonna.
Sword out, bust down door.
Okay.
God, with this shit again.
Motherfucker gonna get fireballed. Pop the door open. All 7 charges. Close the door.
Bam, 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 bam.
Oh my god. What if it was just like a parade or something?
In other news, a
People
nuke
don't
was
panic in
detonated in
parades.
Waterloo today.
Tarbek
It's a parade,
will
in your honor.
Tarbek will see what's going on.
And now this is a Fallout campaign.
I don't want to set the world on fire, but
No,
I did
no, but
anyway.
this morning is an
Never
exception.
What? Seriously though, what's going on?
So, you all step outside, and you can see floating above the city of Waterdeep, fire streaming from their hands, and you see someone doing that. But the other thing you notice is there are undead just swarming the streets. The individual floating above the city is dressed in red robes. They appear to have desiccated gray skin. And like a big collar. They're a little hard to see from up here because they are flying. But you would identify them as a red wizard of Thay.
Was waiting when you would cash that
Oh.
check.
On.
God, with
is
this
like-
shit again.
Is it? Wait a second. I have to ask. Is this the guy we threw into the labyrinth?
No.
No.
Worse.
Okay, good.
It's I would say worse.
Hey, you never underestimate the power of revenge.
Fair.
Oh, this guy wants revenge on you.
We did beat up his girlfriend.
Yep. So floating above the city, you see that, and undead swarming, and that is mostly why everyone is screaming.
I feel like it's
You should just
water
shot
deep.
that fireball.
Shoot a fireball?
So-
Is that what you all want to do?
I could actually shoot it into the crowd of undead. That's not a terrible idea, assuming there's no living people there.
Most of the living people are ahead of the crowd of undead.
Is it just zombies and skeletons?
From here, that's what it looks like, yes.
Tarbek's gonna walk forward and turn undead.
Okay. We'll deal with any actual actions next time. But the
Okay.
Tarbek's opening move is going to be smash all these undead with his turn undead. Okay, perfect.
Vaporize them with the power of God.
Uh,
I had the power of God and anime on my side.
Power of friendship and
Oh,
this
yeah.
gun that I found.
What is that from?
I don't remember. I think it's originally
It's
a
a
joke.
It's a Tumblr post. It's like I will defeat you with the power of friendship and this gun I found.
Which I don't think is a better. There is not a better synthesis of this party than that quote.
you're all very heavy metal and very anime because you do routinely fight God, destroy God, attack God,
Fight God, punch God.
use a machine gun
Kick
on
God.
God.
It's more of a
Become
rocket
God.
launcher, but
Okay, outros and plugs. Dan.
Hi. So, reminder to people that trying to police the ways in which other people protest is kind of a dick move. Especially when it is protesting for a good cause. So, even if you don't necessarily understand the motives behind the protest or don't agree with the methods, I think the focus should remain on what is being protested. That is, of course, all hypothetical and has nothing to do with current events at all. But just saying, like hypothetically, if there were some athletes or something who were protesting, maybe focus on what it is they're protesting rather than the sort of weird minutiae about how they're doing it.
Liz.
Hi, I'm Liz. I don't know, go do internet things and such like that. I don't know, Marty does it better than me. And yeah, Black Lives Matter, wash your hands. We're still in a pandemic. Even if people want to forget about it or just don't care or think it's fake news. So, all that good stuff.
Jay.
Hi, I'm Jay, and I love this campaign and this episode because I went from crying to hysterically laughing at least once.
This is one of those campaigns.
Oh yeah,
Big round of applause to Andy. Our favorite monster.
Big round of applause to all of you.
Oh.
But yeah, wear your mask, wash your hands, be kind, Black Lives Matter.
Mira.
Hi, I'm Mira. I would like to thank Jay and Andy for that moment with Kaw. I cried real tears. God, that got me good, y'all. That got me real good. I would also like to remind people that yes, we are still in a pandemic. Yes, you have to wear a mask. Do not take it off.
Mouth and nose.
Nose, cotton, mask. Do not take it off for any reason ever while you are still in a building in the vicinity of people. Sincerely, a service worker who is still a person and who has had to deal with this several times. So yes, please. Thank you, Dan. Wear your mask.
Notice how it's over my mouth and nose, okay?
And like
both
of
those things is where air comes out.
I had a lady come in literally wearing a mesh mask, and she tried to talk to me. Was not a fan of that at all. But yes, please wear your mask. Everyone that you encounter while you're out and about is a human being that could potentially be infected with this virus that has been known to be deadly and debilitating. So, yeah.
Especially if you have children who are attending school, because school is starting up again soon.
So yeah, I have art coming out soon. Hopefully.
Yay! Art!
Follow me
Yay!
on Instagram, Birds and Nerds. You should see it. And sometimes I post cute little animation things on my story from that stuff that I'm working on. So, cool stuff.
As always, check out everyone on this stream, and I echo and support everything they say and do. There's a like or a subscribe button somewhere. Please click it. Leave a comment. Tell me you liked it.
Smash that like button.
Smash it. Destroy the subscribe button. And obliterate that bell. Yeah, leave a comment. Tell us you liked it.
Kill it like we killed God.
By saying I'm sorry right before you deal the finishing blow?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Forgot I did that.
This week, Beyond the Wall will be back on Sunday. Episode 2 of Star Wars is on Monday. And Star Chasers is back next Wednesday. And that's it. Have a great day. Be kind. Wash your hands. Wear a mask. Don't be racist. And we love all of you. Bye.